hello. Welcome to the live. Oh my goodness. Come on then. Layla has been asleep all day, literally all day. I have not seen her. And now, of course, alle kom. Ja, dat is mijn kleed. Hè. Ja, Layla, dat is mijn kleed. Alle hier optekenen. Hier, onder. Come on. Come on, here. I'll pick you up. Come on. Oh. Honestly, now she wants attention. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone, how are you today? I am really happy to be back home. I missed you. Oh. But I have to say I did have a nice time, and it was to go and see my work colleagues. So it was all organized by work, so it was lovely to be a part of that and be there with them. Oh, hi everyone. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you here. Yes, Janie, Sundays are back to normal. Today I was like, yeah, I think it's the live tonight. Do you know what? It's funny because when I don't do it, it's weird, But yeah. Madam. So yes, we had oh my goodness, it was so hot there. So it was really, really warm. And it was lovely. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness, there's so many. Hi, Monique. Hi, Glowheart. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Fiona. Hello, Karin. Pat. Hello. Thank you. I know. It's just, strange, isn't it, Angel? When I miss a week, it's like, Hello, little P. Hello. Hi, Penny. Hi, Linda. Yes, thank you. Regina, thank you. I know. Yeah, Rafaela, thank you. Oh my goodness. It was, like I said, it was really, really hot there. Almost like, walking into an oven. Unbelievable. It's just because we're not used to it, for sort of, you arrive there and it's all hot. But yeah, it was all, it all went really well. I had no problems with the flights or anything. Everything was, went smoothly. I had no hold luggage, which I think made the difference. So everything in my trolley, and I had everything with me. So, it went really well. The work, of course, my work had organized the hotel and everything. I had to do the flight because I was flying from the UK and they were coming from Belgium. And of course, I was there like almost 2 days before them because of the way the flights were arranged. So that was nice to have some time on my own. And then they arrived and then it was busy. Of course, I wanted to talk to everyone because I hadn't seen them in a long time. So it was really nice to see them. Some of my colleagues I hadn't even met because they only started working there recently. So, it was nice to be able to finally put a face to a chat because we're always chatting to each other. And then, it was nice to see my boss and my my sort of line manager and the HR manager and, the people who have been there for a long time as well and who run the business really. So yeah, I think Layla is shopping. And then after they left, I had another day on my own because of course my flight didn't go until Sunday evening. They left Saturday evening. Oh, Beatrice, I'm so sorry that you missed the information that I wasn't here. Yes, I was not here last week because of a commitment. We arranged it all last year, October, November time. So it's a once a year that we do this with my job. Remember, last time was Edinburgh, but that was, of course, before everything happened, before the lockdown and things like that. So, yes, Edinburgh was last time, which was good for me as well because it was an country in, what do they call it? A domestic flight. And, it was really nice for me as well. They, of course, came from Belgium, so they had a bit of a longer flight, or I think even the same amount of time. But yeah, so where are we going to go next? It all depends on the budget and whether we make it, and things like that. But it's good fun. It's always well organized, and we see a lot of. We went to Montenegro, so we went to so it was Dubrovnik. So I brought back some look. So apparently lavender is a thing there. So I haven't unpacked it yet. So this is you know how much I love my lavender cushions, right? So this one is a lavender cushion from Dubrovnik. And then we went to Montenegro and I bought a lavender cushion there as well. I mean, a bag of lavender. I mean, it's a little thing. I enjoy having them. Oh, it smells nice. And yeah, so I thought it would make a good way to remember because, of course, here it says Montenegro and there it says Dubrovnik. So yeah, we had a really nice time. I also got some biscuits. Look. Because figs apparently is also a thing. So I got some biscuits with lavender and figs. Of course, you have to have biscuits, honestly. Mm. So yeah, it was nice to have just a bit of time on my own. I did do some crochet. Because thank you, Olia, thank you. Because see, when you travel, it's really, you can't take 15 balls with you, obviously. So what I always try and do is just take one thing, one ball. And what I did, I took a chaney cake. The chaney cakes that we sell, the James C. Brett cotton chaney cakes. And I can't show, I'm not showing you because I am going to be I'm going to be making a video and I will, be publishing it and everything. And I will tell you then, that this was the thing I designed. But it's just nice to sit on a beach chair, not think about anything, not think about what's my next video going to be, is it edited, is it, all that kind of thing. But just, I've got a cake. What can I make? And that was just so nice to be able to do that. And then I finished it all, and then I had left over, and then I just started making more, So you will soon find out all the stuff that I made with this one cake. Unbelievable. Yesterday I saw a post on Facebook, was it in the group? I can't remember, saying, I'm flying. What crochet project could I take? Or I'm doing a long road trip, haven't got much space. What could I do? Now, when I went to Edinburgh, I made a Vira shawl. See, I know, Marcia, got to love a business trip. I know. Jerry, Ophelia Talks. It's called Ophelia Talks. Everything is called Ophelia Talks. Okay. So, back then, that whirl that I used is 1,000 meters. So, of course, a Vira shawl, it's going to take you a while to do. Perfect. All you have is that one cake in a bag, and very often I take something like this, a bag like this. I put the cake into it, and then it just comes out from the middle, and you keep crocheting. And if you just if it's small enough, you can still stuff it in this bag. But if it gets bigger, you just have it next to it. But you still can put your scissors, or well, you don't need scissors because you're using your one cake. But you like your crochet hook in there, and then close it, and it stays closed. So that's a very good way of taking a project with you, knowing the pattern, because you need to do some sort of, in advance before you leave. Get started, get the pattern down, maybe even, thank you, maybe even have like a reminder in the bag. Yes, Jens, look. My nails are a mishmash. Karen did them before I left, all black. So I had lovely black nails when I went, but I went swimming and I had showers and I did all kinds of things. And this is what she uses, one of those peelable bases. So you go under it and it comes off. And there must have been some water come under my nail polish. So they came off sort of the day I got home. So I thought, well, I'm going to have to paint them. So these two are still there. And I now have nice pink ones. So yes, when you go on holiday, try to take one cake with you, and that way you have, 1,000 meters is a lot to use up, because those whirls are 1,000 meters. And so it works. But I had a chainy cake to take with me, and yeah, that worked as well. I made about 2-3 things out of it, and I still have some left. So it's a good way to keep yourself busy, especially, this is what I always worry about. If the flight goes, you have no delays, and the flight, and you sit on the plane itself, that's when I really like to have something to crochet. But then if something happens, if your plane is delayed, if something happens, then at least you have your sanity in a bag. That's what I call it, right? At least you have something that you can take your mind off whatever is happening, and you can just sit and crochet. And yes, exactly, Marie. That is why I took that whirl, because that is finger weight, or it's very thin anyway. And that's why taking that kind of project is good. But of course, this time I took the chainy cake because I needed to make something with it, and you'll know what it is in due time. But yes, so it's always good to just try and have one thing that will last you for hours. Like, for instance, the zigzag blanket as well. I made all those little cakes, and one cake I know is like an evening's worth, or 2-3 hours maybe, if you crochet slowly. So if you know how long the flight is, if you think, oh, maybe I'll sleep a bit, or whatever. Yes, Olia, that's how I see it. Sanity in a bag, sanity just to be able to get this out of your bag, sit there and just do that, and let the world do whatever it wants to do. But you've got your sanity in the bag. You've got something that will make the time go quicker, and you've got something to take your mind off anything that's happening. I have had delayed flights. I have had, things happening. And that way you're saved. But of course, this time, everything went so smoothly. When we landed back in the UK, I was like in the second row of the plane. Well, I was in the third row when we went, and I was in the second row when we came back. And I had my trolley straight, of course, I had everything there. So I just took my trolley, had my backpack, off I went, because there was no bus or anything that we had to take. Yes, Jerry, jawel, jawel. In het vliegtuig mag je wel je haaknaald meenemen. Jawel, you can take your crochet hook on the plane. There's no problem taking your crochet hook on the plane. I have taken it all the time. Nobody has ever said anything. Um, uh, this time, of course, I had no hold luggage. So normally, if I have hold luggage, I'll put my nice higher hooks in the hold, and I take cheap metal ones. I take one cheap metal one and one wooden one. If they do take the metal one, then you still have the wooden one, but they won't take it. They will not, they're not allowed, they shouldn't take it. They shouldn't take it. It depends on the airline. It depends on your security guard who's looking at the things. Everything I had with me at the moment to this time was in my possession. So I had nothing in the hold, and I had crochet hooks in every pocket, I think. I had it in my little side pocket. I had it in my. I have a thing that I wear around my waist with my phone and with my passport, because when I'm on my own, I lose things. So it was always in there. So I had the hook in there. I had it in my rucksack. I had it in my trolley. Jerry, look it up. Je moet het echt bekijken volgens de vlucht die je gaat doen. Als je de volgende keer vliegt, kijk het echt naar, maar het mag. It is not considered a weapon because it's within 6 inches. I don't know. The long knitting needles, those are a different question. The trolley, my carry-all thing on wheels, the little cabin size luggage suitcase on wheels, that's a trolley. Yes, Pat. So I get very bad travel sickness, right? So I wear those armbands with the acupuncture point, and I do take, the travel medication because, I want to crochet. I want to crochet. If they take your hook, we have plenty. Yes, darling, but they don't have it then on the flight. And that's the main thing. You have to have it there and then because, like I said, it's my sanity at that moment in time. Being able to, put one in your hair, whatever you want to do. I do have to say, I don't take scissors. I take a canister with dental floss, and I have a mini one which fits in my side. I should have brought it. I should have brought it with me. I should have shown you here. It's in my handbag at the moment. So it's a mini dental floss thing. I have the big one somewhere. What have I done with it? Let me get rid of this blanket as well because that's hot now. Layla, honestly, no, it's not in here either. Yeah, so what I take is a dental floss canister. And you know that when you pull out the dental floss, there's a little metal thing. And no, Jerry, the normal hooks. This is the normal hook that I take. This is my normal hook. I took my hook this time just because I thought, well, I have plenty. If they take this, I still have plenty. But I did have, like I said, I had them in every pocket. And the ones with the sleutelhanger, they're too short to use, really. You can't really properly hold it. I've tried it. I've tried crocheting with it, and it's nice as a sleutelhanger. It's nice as a key ring, but you can't. So yeah, no, I do take these ones. I have taken bigger ones as well before, depending on the project. But Yes, Kim, of course, that's the thing. You have to be able to concentrate, and you have to be able, if you know the pattern well enough, you will be able to concentrate. Or, I mean, of course, it depends on what's happening as well. Um, you might have been quite worried about your mum, so of course that's going to, distract you. But generally, I find I can do that. I can just think, right, that's me crocheting. And because I was on my own as well, and you're in that huge waiting room with everybody else going and I thought, right, okay, I'm just going to find a seat where I can see the screens and sit down. I've got my trolley, my suitcase right in front of me, my backpack on there. um I'm organized. That's me. I'm sitting here now until I go to the toilet before the flight, basically. But yeah, I that's what I do. There's no point in sort of trying to, you know. Yes, you can take plastic hooks or wooden ones. Yes, Janet, I did. I did. So I sat there because, of course, coming back on the Sunday, you want to be on time. So I was there, 2 hours before the flight, checked in, and I was sitting down waiting in the lounge for nearly an hour and a half because I was there on time. And I just thought, right, that's fine. I had a chair, I had a little table next to me. And so I had everything on the table, my phone, my drink, my rucksack. I was charging my phone just to make sure. And yes, you can take actual scissors if they are less than 3 inches from the hinge. So really, I could have taken these ones, but I never do because I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose them. I just fiddle about with my dental floss thing, and it works. It works, and you've got the dental floss if you need it. And I was just sitting there crocheting, minding my own business. And to be honest, I didn't speak. Maybe it's a bit, but I just thought, I'm tired. I want to go home now because it's all over. Let's just crochet and not bother anybody. And there was a little family across from me. And it was clearly, they didn't have any children, but it was a couple and then his parents, I believe it was. And I just sat there and I did what I did. They were going off and doing, well, I didn't worry about them. But then they ended up sitting next to me on the plane. Oh my goodness. And the guy was so friendly. He was like, I was really admiring your knitting. And I was like, and I'm like, yeah, I like doing crochet. The typical comment. But very soon he was like, oh, that's wonderful that you can do that. It's so nice to see this kind of craft. And they lived in Peru. Their parents lived in Devon, Cornwall. And so they'd been to see their parents, and then they went to Dubrovnik for a holiday, and then they went back. They're now going back to Cornwall, and then back to Peru. I mean, I was like, "Ooh, do I try and get really friendly so we can go and visit them in Peru?" But yeah, I mean, you're sort of friendly and explaining a bit, but then I thought, well, I can't keep on talking, but I just kept crocheting as well. And he was really interested, and it was nice to, he was describing to me how he, in Peru as well, how handicraft and crafts and like crochet and weaving and sort of making the yarn is still a very big thing. And of course, people do that. But they don't do it anymore. it has almost, well, no, what I'm saying is they still do it, but it doesn't have any value anymore because it takes so long to do things like that, and so many, many hours spent making a small thing, or making just the one ball of yarn from alpaca wool. That's what he was talking about. And he said, it's so nice to see these crafts, but it's not worth them doing it because they can't earn any money with it. So it was really, really lovely to talk to him and to see sort of, that he shows interest in things like that. And that, yes, they are living in Peru, but they also show a big interest in what people are doing there and their local things. So yeah, it was really nice to, and that made the flight go double so quick, of course, because I had this little conversation going, and his wife was nice as well. She was playing. The thing is, you see, I have no idea about these things. I sit here at home crocheting. But first of all, his wife was playing, what's it again with the words, where you have to make words with letters on an iPad with her father-in-law, I think it was his parents, giving it to him, sort of because they were back there. Scrabble. So they were like giving that to each other each time, and I was like trying to see what word she was going to make. Because I'm like, oh, what's she making? And I kept crocheting, but I was like not looking at my work. I was looking at her screen. But that was, why do I not have things like that? That's, again, something like that on your phone would be sanity in your phone when something happens, you see? And then the person in front of me, sort of not in front, but then one to the side, so I could see through the armrest, through the headrests, they were doing crossword on their phone. Why do I not know about these kinds of things? So yeah, he was doing it, and I was reading the thing, and I thought, oh, I know that. And then he clicked away, so he didn't know it. So that was really funny, because I thought, oh, should I say it? But it's when you see people do these things that you know. So also what I found out was that I was flying with EasyJet, and they all had an app. They could see the plane that they were going to take come in on a map. Honestly. I know, Linda. I know, Christina. But do you know, yeah, I need to install things on my. Do you know, I don't even download like video television series to watch while I'm on the plane. Do you know what I mean? I don't even watch some YouTube videos that I could have downloaded. I have done once. I did once, and I downloaded it on my phone. But then, you have to. I'm too much. I want to film on my phone, so I don't have. Well, I have the biggest memory that I can afford, because obviously I need it. But even then, when I'm away, I want to be crocheting, and I want to be filming. And I then think, then I'll have to delete those things that are on. Yeah, and it runs down the battery. But I do have Cindy, yeah, I'll have to have a second phone. No, I do have a very good battery. I can charge 5 or 6 times from this one battery, so that's very good. I can easily, if I wouldn't have had to charge it in the wall, for instance, while I was in Dubrovnik, because I have a battery, and that would have lasted me that long. But even so, Oh, yeah. Christina, I do have that. Look, I'm at number 5. Yeah, I do have external drives, but obviously when I'm away, I don't have the computer to put it on here. So I couldn't download, everything that was on my phone while I was, because I was filming lots there. I'm going to do lookbooks from there as well. Um, that will take up space in my phone. And to be honest, somebody just said it. I'd rather just sit and crochet. And you can hear a bit of the conversation that's going on around you. That's entertaining in itself. And yeah, Marcia, I am as well. To be honest, if I look at everybody else, they had their. I only had my phone with me. I have an iPad, but it's a really old one now. So yes, sounds like you crochet to mask spying. Yes, yes, that's what I'd rather do. But you know what? It's each to their own. And of course, yes, the things that I've seen now, I might just download like a crossword. Because to be honest, that's a good thing to keep you busy in case you run out of yarn. In case you run out of yarn. Yes, crochet wins over technology every time. Yes, I mean it does. Pat, no, didn't go with me because this was work. So every year my work organizes a trip away for us. It's like an incentive trip. And I'm very lucky that I can go on these trips, because the years that the business performs really well and we make the budget, we go on a trip. And there was 25 of us. 25. So my flight was paid for, my hotel was paid for, my food was paid for. It was just so nice to be able to go there. But guess what? Guess what I've done? When I came back on Sunday evening, the first thing I said to Derek was, tomorrow I'm going to book us some flights so we can go back, the two of us. And I have Monday, we sat down and I've booked for him and myself to go back in October. So yes, we will have a whole week in Dubrovnik because yes, we did a lot of things, but it's so pretty there. It's so lovely there. And there was islands in front of Dubrovnik. So yes, I want to go and visit the islands, and I want to go and show Dirk where I sat on the beach, where I went, which hotel we went in. We did book an Airbnb, an apartment inside the old town, but I want to show him where the hotel was, which shops I went to. So yes, I really, really wanted to show Derek as well. And you know what? That's the best thing. Now that I've been there, I know where everything is. I know how it works. So that's why, yes, I've booked for Dirk and I to go back. We booked the apartment on Thursday, so we're all sorted. And so now, yes, both trips, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to now, in a few weeks or something, there's no rush for that yet. So I'm going to book one of those boat trips that goes to all the islands. So that's something that we can do together now. So in a way, yeah, I was on my own there last week, but with all my colleagues. So to be honest, I really did enjoy the time I had on my own. When there's 25 of you, it's a lot. It's a lot. And yeah, I'm the kind of person who wants to talk to everyone. I'm not just like, oh yeah, you're my bestie, I'll go and talk to you and not talk to anybody else. I try to talk with everyone, also the ones that, of course, I hadn't met, the project managers, other translators, other revisers, my line manager, my big boss, the owner of the company. So it was really nice to see them all and to spend some time with them. But it will be lovely for us to go back just the two of us, and just to have a nice week away, because it's a whole week, because they fly Wednesday to Sunday or Wednesday to Wednesday, and Wednesday to Sunday, it's just not long enough. When you're there with the two of you, you are away, yeah, Wednesday to Wednesday. So I will, of course, let you know. It was a business trip. Yeah, it was a business trip, but there we go. Exactly, Penny, exactly. So it is nice to have, yes, Julie, of course, we didn't go inside the churches, but we did see quite a few of the churches in Dubrovnik, and from the outside, because we had an evening stroll around the town, we had a day trip to Montenegro, we had a day, we walked around the walls, and then of course, Dubrovnik is all about what's it called again? Game of Thrones, right? So there's a lot of the scenes, a lot of the locations are filmed in Game of Thrones, in Dubrovnik for Game of Thrones. And so on the Saturday morning, we had a guided tour to talk about these locations. But I haven't seen Game of Thrones, and the majority of my colleagues haven't seen Game of Thrones. So we were like, do we really have to go on this walk? Because personally as well, I would have rather have gone on the wall, because that was, that would have been, Jan, it's about 3 hours flight. So I thought, well, I had the day on my own on Sunday again. So either there was two more things I wanted to do: the walk around the wall and the cable car. So so Tracy, so we talked to the guide, and we were like, do we really have to go on this walk? And he said, well, the thing is, you've got me for this amount of hours, so it doesn't matter what I do. He said, let me suggest this. So he took us for three locations, the main locations in Game of Thrones: the Walk of Shame, the entrance, and some sort of up the top, which he then talked about while we were on the walk. So we did that, and then we all went and bought our tickets because they were extra. So we had to buy our own tickets, but everybody did because we all wanted to do this. And then he took us around the walls, on the top of the walls, and talked to us about, the history of Dubrovnik and all kinds of things. And then, of course, some of the Game of Thrones again as well. So it was a perfect thing, because we all wanted to do that. Laura, oh my goodness, I would love to come to Texas. I really, really would. Oh yes, I could. There we go. And then the day after, when I was on my own, I did the cable car. So I had the view, and I filmed the view and everything. So that was really, really nice. So you will be able to see some of this. Well, I filmed most of what we did. Yes, pictures, and Lilian, pictures, and I've got footage. I think I'll be able to make 4 videos, but I'm going to put them on the Ophelia Talks Plus channel, which is the channel I keep for my travels and for my walks out. So yeah, whenever they're finished, I will put them on there. Oh my goodness, I would love to visit all of you. Honestly, it would be so nice to come and visit, and we want to do that. We certainly want to do that. And I'm thinking that 2023 will be a year where we will be doing a bit of this travel that we have been talking about, because otherwise, it's never going to happen, is it? But things are happening this year, and I think it's better, if we try and do it like that. Yes, wine tasting. Is this the thumbprint pics for this live from? Yes, exactly, Angel. The thumbnail I used for this live, I took, and did you see how my hair was flying around? I took on top of the high point in the cable car. When you get out, there's the view. So I took it while I was standing there, and with the islands behind me, and then Dubrovnik sort of lower down, but you can't see that. But yeah, those are the islands that I want to go and visit. But yeah, oh yes, and you, Elizabeth, you have potatoes, Idaho potatoes. We love Idaho potatoes. Christina, do you know what? I think I need a world tour. The only problem is, Madam over there, we can't leave her that long. So yeah, we will see what we can do, and we'll do the world tour in bits and pieces. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, there was lovely views when I got there. Oh yeah, somebody asked as well, this is a Gold Hill shawl. I'm wearing this one because, oh my goodness, I did not need a shawl last week. Not at all. It was so hot there. And that's part of the reason why we're going back in October, because October apparently and May are hot months, but not as hot as it's going to get. June, July, August, September are going to be stifling hot in Dubrovnik. So, you know, October and May will be the warm and hot months, but still bearable, I think. I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, it was lovely. So that said, we've covered all kinds of things. We've covered the trip. We've covered, you know, sanity in a bag, which is so important when you travel or in certain situations. But yeah, having an app with a game that you could quietly do, I discovered that. Well, I haven't done it yet. I haven't downloaded one. And to be honest, as a last resort, when I run out of yarn, maybe that would be a good idea to have something like that as a backup. And I guess it doesn't take much memory, or however it works, I don't know. But you know, having something like that when you travel, when you're away from home, and certainly when you're on your own, is good. You know, is a way of keeping yourself busy and not. Yes, Christina, it would be lovely to have a retreat, and I know the perfect place as well. I have the perfect place for a retreat, and it's not in Devon, but yeah, it's there's a lot of things happening, and let's take it one day at a time, okay? I want to organize a retreat. I want to travel. I want to come and meet you all. I want to do meetups when we travel. It will happen. It will happen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so that was the sun part of our title. Then we have the sunflower part. And of course, here we are. This week, we had the sunflower blanket published on the channel, and oh my goodness, I have loved making this. I think you love the design as well. The yarn that I used was just perfect. Perfect. This yarn is called, why did I put it away? This yarn, so far away, I mean, this yarn is Second Chance. We have it on the website. The pack that we have on the website is the one that's in the box, and that will give you enough to make double the size of this blanket. So you will be able to make a full single bed size blanket. But this is just 49 squares, and it's a square. It's a square blanket, and I loved making that. And for me, to be honest, it's big enough because obviously I'm only doing it for as an example for you guys. So I'm sure that you know, you can make it whichever size you want, basically. So we have the pack of 15 colors on the website. Of course, there are more colors on the website. So if you want to make it in a different color, or also if you wanted to make a daisy, you could just replace some of these colors. You could order them loose, as a individual colors, and you can make it a daisy color or multicolored, because these ones here, those are all the colors of that range. So the range is a recycled yarn, and do you know what? It's really sturdy. For instance, it's soft. It's the same sort of softness as the Stylecraft that we're used to, or even the Wendy Decay that we're going to start using soon. But it seems to be a little bit, you know, stronger. So that is perfect for a play blanket, or perfect for a rough and tumble blanket. Do you know what I mean? Yes, robust. Exactly, Julie. A little bit more robust once it's worked up, and you could put it on rocks, and you could put it on beach. You could put it on, a hard surface. It will be okay. Yes, a camp blanket, a a blanket for the den. A really good. Yes, a really good, sort of strong blanket. Yeah, I'm really surprised about that, Karanja, because I have had no problems whatsoever. I mean, I've got blankets here that have been washed multiple times and nothing happened to them. So I would be interested to see some pictures there. So yes, that is on the website at the moment. So if you fancy making this blanket or any other flower, it's given you the opportunity, because you see these blankets come past in Pinterest or somewhere, and you think, oh, that's a nice blanket to make. But you don't know the amounts, you don't know the colors even. So I thought, if I put a pack together like that, then it's there for you, instant, ready for you to be able to make this. So yes, there are 10 green balls, 10 eucalyptus. Then it's natural and is it called buttermilk, I think? Buttercup. So these ones will give you enough for just about 100 squares. So I've only used half of those because I've made 49 squares. So, if you want to have, like, the blanket, like we do, like the packs that we normally sell, a blanket in a pack with all the colors, there you go. That's your blanket that you can make. I have another one like that up my sleeve, and I'm working on that at the moment. It won't be coming out, immediately yet, but I'm thinking that's a nice pack, a nice way. Yes, it's the same. It's a DK weight. Yes. Sort of, it's a nice way to be able for you to be able to make this kind of blanket. Like I said, sometimes you see them, like this, with the green background and just the sunflowers or the daisies sometimes as well. And you think, yeah, but putting it together yourself, that would just be, Deborah, I think that's going to be a big thing to make. So maybe you could try do like a big drawstring bag with chainy cotton, with a chainy cotton cake. I've been to that swap. I probably, yeah, okay. Yes, if you're late, if you're arriving now, welcome to the live. I am sure you will want to catch up because before this, we were talking about sanity in a bag. That's just me, you know me. I come up with the weirdest things. Sanity in a bag, honestly. And then, of course, what are we going to be doing next week? And the third thing that was on the thumbnail. I need a drink first. So we had sun, all about my trip. We had sunflowers, all about the sunflower pack. And we have samples. Yes, Angel, we have samples. As you know, I make on this channel, right, on this channel, we have a cat. That cat has a bed. The bed is her grooming station. The bed needs blankets. I use these blankets, to be honest. I abuse them, okay? I use these blankets, I make a little video, and I tell you, you can make this in big. And that way, I don't have to make the big blanket, okay? It's a ploy, right? I do it like that. But it's appreciated because Layla does love her little blankets. And to be honest, I have no space to store any more blankets. I want to do the videos for you and I want to show you nicely. And also, in a way, I know a lot of you have also now started, buying the bed from IKEA and making the little blankets either for granddaughters, grandchildren, for cats or for dogs or whatever you are using them for. So when Jamie C. Brett came to visit us, no, Jamie Brett, hang on a minute. When Jamie Brett came to visit us, he wanted some samples of my work. And he suggested I use this range of colors from their Wendy range. And so, yes, I have one for your bunny. Oh my goodness, Rachel, that's wonderful. So, bye, Tracy. So I thought, samples of my work. What's the best way to show someone what I can make in mini? Because, of course, it had to travel. So I thought, Layla blankets. Layla blankets, perfect. We have play blankets and we have Layla blankets. So I made 3 Layla blankets. Now, I have shown you them and I had attached. Oh yeah, she is a princess, isn't she? I have attached my card to the blankets and there's QR codes on the blankets so that whenever he shows it to someone, they can then link this straight away to the videos. And those videos are coming out next week. Now, I made 3 blankets, but there will be 4 videos because, of course, there's a lookbook. Duh! Of course! I love making lookbooks. So Wednesday, we will have the lookbook come out. Now, the lookbook will incorporate the 3 blankets, of course. I didn't want to do a lookbook for each blanket. And I have the concept of doing each blanket is different. So first of all, we will have the lookbook. Then on Friday, we will have the samples blanket. So just all the colors. 1 blanket with all the colors used, because of course one of these blankets here has about 50 rows, so there's 51. Yes, machine washed. I do not dry it in the dryer, but it can be dried on a low tumble. on a low heat. So these are 51 colors of the Wendy range, DK. So that range will come out next week on our website as well. It will be available as soon as Dirk manages to put all the colors on the website. So this range will become available so you can make the blankets, that the samples, if you wanted to make them as well. So next week we will have the lookbook, and then on Friday we will have the samples blanket. Just the blanket, granny clusters, just straight away, straight lines. But then next week, so not this week, but next week, so in 2 weeks, we will have the 2 other blankets, and they're not straightforward tutorials. So the Friday one of this week is a straightforward tutorial, but then the other 2, I have, changed the concept a little bit. So you will see how I did that. Okay, I'll talk about that next Sunday. I don't want to give everything away, otherwise I won't have anything to talk about. Not that that's difficult. Wonderful, Keith Simon. Fabulous. Yeah. Fabulous, Cindy. Yeah, it can be dried, but of course, on a low temperature. Yeah. The thing is, you see, if I wash mine on a 30-degree wash, and I don't use conditioner, I only use soap, and I use vinegar instead of conditioner. And I do spin it at 1200, because when they come out, it feels horrible, doesn't it, when it comes out? But then I just put it on a drying rack, and it dries within hours. And then they become really nice and soft. So I don't normally put them in a dryer. I know, there's always so many things I can, comment on or see in the side here, and I can talk about that, I'm sure. So yes, I am so looking forward to finding out what the point was of the samples. So we will see about that, but that's towards the end of the month. So they are on their way to somewhere. So yes, the samples were received safely, and he really liked them. And yeah, we will see what happens. I just put in a couple of glugs of vinegar, sort of pour, and that's it. So you pour it into your cabinet where you put your conditioner, and maybe I fill it halfway, not even that, just a couple of good gulps of, of vinegar. And it's the cleaning vinegar that I use. So not the fish and chip vinegar, not the cooking vinegar, not the vinegar that you find in the food aisle, but you can find a spray with vinegar in the cleaning aisle. And so I undo the top, and I just pour it in and screw the top back on. So I don't spray it, I just pour it in. And it's cheap, and I've never used conditioner. So I do not use fabric conditioner. I always use vinegar, and nothing smells. My clothes are not, it's not white. Yes, it would be white distilled vinegar if you really can't find anything else. But Christina, you can find it in the cleaning aisle, and it's called cleaning vinegar. Star Drops vinegar. Yes, Fiona Taylor, that's exactly right. Star Drops vinegar from Home Bargains. That's the one I buy. That's the only reason I go to Home Bargains. And I always come back with a full trolley. And I only ever go for vinegar. Why? Yeah, it's the vinegar that you use for cleaning, basically. And our clothes don't smell of vinegar, but they don't smell of anything. I don't like conditioner. Conditioner clogs up the whatever it is in your fabric, and it's just ugh. When you have your bath towels, my bath towels, they dry me. I put my bath towel around me and I am dry. I do not have to rub. I just put my towel on and it dries me. When I use conditioner, or when I go to my mum's or somewhere else and they've used conditioner, I cannot get dry because all the pores in your, yes, exactly, Angel. All the pores, yes, exactly, Zoe. I used to put essential oils in, yeah. All the pores of your cotton towel is just full of conditioner. Yes, it smells nice, but it doesn't take up the water because it's already full up with conditioner instead of your water, instead of the water off your skin. It certainly reduces the absorbing effect of your towels. So because of course it's full up. So yeah, I've never bought this washing machine I've had for a couple of years. Never put any conditioner in. The previous one, never put any conditioner in. Yeah, it's great to clean with as well. I've reduced my cleaning stuff to just a few things now, and yeah, exactly, Christina. That's perfect. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Linda, you have got to try it. If you haven't tried it before, using vinegar instead of fabric conditioner is so much better. It also prevents your clothes from discoloring. Yeah, schoonmaakazijn, Francine. Exactly. Yeah. But I did used to use just the straightforward 7% vinegar from the Colruyt. The big 1.5 liter bottles, I used to use those all the time. Yeah, try. I've got a video on this before. I used to say this quite a few times during lives. Yeah, in my dryer, I don't use anything, nothing. Just put the things in, and it comes out, and it's perfect. Because you used vinegar, it helps with the dryer as well. So yes, fabric softener is the conditioner indeed, and it is not a good thing. No, Julie, it might do, but my clothes and my things and my sheets are all soft. I mean, it doesn't feel rough or anything. Our towels are you know. Yes, no static. I don't have any static either because of the vinegar. Yeah. Yes, Zoe, it could be the Heinz white vinegar if you really can't find the cleaning vinegar, but it's better to use the cleaning vinegar. I used to use the Heinz vinegar before actually the cleaning vinegar became a thing, because I've been using vinegar as my conditioner since I've been washing myself, right? I never, even with the baby stuff, I never used conditioner ever. I was always using vinegar. But back then, I had to buy the actual food white distilled Heinz vinegar because that was all I could find. You could not buy, the cleaning vinegar. And the cleaning vinegar is slightly less potent smelly wise as well, but it does the same thing. It does exactly the same thing, but it's cheaper, of course, because if you have to buy a small bottle of vinegar which is food grade, that's much more expensive than the bigger bottles, which are like 79p, not even a pound. And I just pour it in, and I go and I buy like 10 bottles in one go, and it lasts me for weeks and weeks and weeks. And, it's much cheaper than fabric conditioner, much cheaper. Yeah. So do try. Do try. Oh my goodness, here I am again, promoting vinegar. No, 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 the smell does not stay. The smell does not stay at all. No. Yeah, exactly, Christina. It does not smell. Vinegar is much better. Also, vinegar then also is good for the lime scale in your machine, because that's what you do to clean out your machine. You put your machine on high with vinegar and baking soda, and of course you're already doing that vinegar, so it helps. Yeah. Yes, Rachel, you might get a nice smell from the washing detergent, but to me, that nice smell isn't worth the money that you pay for the fancy fabric conditioner, or the money that you pay for the fancy soap. The money that you spend on vinegar is much less. The scent doesn't last long anyway for me. And all the stuff all the chemicals that you've put, what is it that makes your clothes smell nice? What are you putting on your skin? All these chemicals that are in that soap are in there to make it smell. You've got this on your skin. See? White vinegar is much better. Yes, exactly. It's a good thing. Vinegar is natural. It's less harmful for the environment and for your wallet. I remember I have used several soaps. You have to find a soap that you really like. And at one point, I was using a soap and didn't always got, So now that we're using the soap that we're using is just a plain. It's a mail order soap, I call it. So every month I get a little box of soap in the post box, and that's what I use. It's simple. It just has soap in it, just washing detergent and nothing else. And then I put that in the thing, and then vinegar in my conditioner. Yeah, exactly, Christina. Oh, Marilyn, I've been wanting a bed jacket for ever such a long time. I was talking about it. I think last winter. Still haven't made it. We don't have that vinegar. Yes, the food vinegar 7%. That's perfect, little P. Yes, that's perfect. Did you put vinegar with the blankets? Does it make them static? But the static does go. I mean, I dried them, and after that it goes. I mean, I haven't noticed my blankets have been static. Yes. Tips for crochet, cleaning, and laundry. There is a video somewhere on how to clean your blankets. It's with a picture of the Harmony blanket. I use a detergent. Nowadays, since a couple of years, I put in the first tray, I put Dettol disinfectant. Then I put my pod inside the drum, and then I put vinegar in my conditioner. And that's what I do. And that's how everything gets washed. Everything. Exactly, Angel. Yeah. Ja. Inderdaad. Het voorkomt ook kalkaanslag, waardoor je machine langer schoon blijft. Dat reclameke, dat ken ik nog, hè. Yeah. So, soap. Yeah, so I put the little pod inside my thing. Next week, I will show you, okay? I will show you my pods. I will show you my I've done this before. And I'll show you what I put where and everything. Yeah. Ah, fantastic. Thank you, darlings, for posting that link. Yeah. I mean, that's what I used to do. What did I did do something I do something else. I don't know whether it's the first thing probably. I've added the Dettol because of the I wanted my clothes to be hygienically clean with everything that's happening these days, right? So I've added the Dettol, and I think back then I might have added some lavender. I'm not sure. I don't do that anymore because I just ran out and I forgot to buy new. But to be honest, I don't mind my clothes not having a smell. It's just it's a choice, isn't it? It's a choice to make. It's neutral. Yeah, that's possible, Beth. Um, Food grade in Belgium is 7% or even 11 sometimes. So but cleaning is a bit less. But then again, it's basically you're pouring it away. So, you're sort of rinsing your clothes with it. So, but yeah, when you're eating it, that's a little bit more important. And yeah, the vinegar one for the, yeah, the wooden, do you know, I think I might get those, the wool dryer balls. It helps to dry things quicker, doesn't it? With the so that it sort of is, although the machine I have at the moment is really good, my previous machine somehow wasn't doing what it should have been doing. I couldn't turn it on anymore, and it was going anyway. I've got a new one. And they fluff things up as well. Okay. Yeah, Dettol. I can't use bleach. So in this household, there is no bleach. When I go away, Dirk uses the bleach in the bathroom, but the day that I leave, and then by the time I get back, the smell is still there. I hate it. I hate it. So yeah, that sort of once every year when I go away, that's when he cleans with bleach just to make sure. But generally, I always clean with Dettol or just straightforward soap basically, and it seems to work. Ah, crochet cat. Wonderful. Which one did you make? Great. Yeah, Christina, I'll get the wool dryer balls. Yeah. Because I have yes, that pretty blanket is the Attic 24 harmony blanket that I made together with my mum years and years ago, of course. Dettol. Dettol, Angel. It's a disinfectant. So I use Dettol instead of bleach, but Dettol doesn't, you see, bleach bleaches the color, doesn't it? So if you have black mold, which we have a little corner of, it will get rid of that because it discolors it, basically. It doesn't make it go away, it just discolors it. But Dettol doesn't discolor. So yes, it possibly is Lysol in the US. Yeah. Um, so I use Dettol, and again, I've used that since the children were small, since I had my own household. There is also something that's called TCP, but the smell of that is really, really strong. And I like Dettol better. I use Dettol for the floors. I have a special Dettol floor cleaner, so I use that on the floor. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? I have a spray as well with Dettol, that I use for like food grade cleaning on your counters and for my desk and things. Yeah. Maybe I should do a hello, let's do some cleaning. Crochet, cake, and cleaning. Yeah, I know TCP is the smell is just, and it's one of those things, isn't it? You know? Oh! So schoonmaakazijn is ook antibacterieel. Then you don't need that. Well, fantastic. Ja, inderdaad, Jerry. Ik koop dat ook. Ja. TCP. I don't know what it stands for, but it's one of those old-fashioned cleaners from years and years ago, still sold in the UK. And it's got that really typical smell. Lynn, what a good idea. You know, I don't clean my hooks. Yeah. School. Yeah, indeed. School is a reminder of TCP, isn't it? Corinne, yeah. I'll have to do that. Oh my goodness, darlings, we're having too much fun here cleaning. Hey, what did you do on Sunday evening? Well, I found out all about cleaning from Anja. I know she's a crochet channel, but hey, she talks. She talks. Roxy, thank you for that. Trisodium phosphate. Okay. Clean talk. Voilà, inderdaad. Dat is inderdaad waar. Alleen ik bedoel, vinegar, azijn is even goed, hè? Zelfs beter. Allee, kom. Allee, Leila, dat is mijn kleed, hè, jong. Kom. Allee, hier is. Kom. We gaan dag zeggen. Kom. Kom aan. Allee, kom. Allee, kom. Allee, kom. It's gonna take a while. Kom aan. Kom ze of niet? Ja of niet? Allee, kom, we gaan dag zeggen tegen de mensen. She's looking at me like this. You know, with her eyes half open. Come on. Yeah. I know what you want. You don't want to jump, do you? You can be picked up. There we go. Look. There she is. Oh, it's Leilaka. Oh, Leilaka. Zit ik goed zo? Nee. Right, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yes, why not? Why not be able to support each other in all kinds of ways? You know, not just, yeah, she's lovely, isn't she, Jerry? Not just crochet wise and sanity wise, if it comes down to that. But yeah, cleaning. I mean, you know, why not? Because if it makes life easier, healthier, better, cheaper, excuse me, if you're not buying that expensive fabric conditioner, you'll have more money for yarn. Hello? Right, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. I will show you some of my cleaning stuff. It's been a while. I'll bring them out next week. I'll show you some of my cleaning stuff next week. So if you're interested, you know, come back for that. And yeah, I will tell you all about the little blankets that I made, for which the videos will be there on the week after. But of course, this week we have the lookbook for the 3 blankets and the first video with the Wendy yarn. So, Ophelia Talks Cleaning, of course. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Bye, everyone. She's eating now. Okay. Bye.